Happy Friday, Sooner Nation. Welcome to the Sooner Surge. We got the cream style background rocking tonight, thanks to Hunter. It's the podcast that tells it like it is, the 9:30 nightly live show where we hear your takes, where we talk all things sports, especially Sooner sports, specifically football lately. Just watched the Thunder in an unbelievable game against the Knicks. By the way, we'll be doing a Thunder Live right after this show, so stay aboard. Be here for 2 hours for a little Sooner talk and a little Thunder talk if that's what floats your boat. What's up, Jay?
What's going on, man? Friday. Glad it's Friday. Do you ever get your days mixed up during holidays?
Absolutely. I had to think about it before I said Happy Friday, Jay.
Yeah, I get days confused, but yeah, I'm glad it's Friday. Interesting weekend with NFL, I think. Don't want to talk about the NFL, but last week of the season. So, Tyler, I see Tyler on here. Mr. B says yes. I don't know what that's about, but yes. Hey, Jeremy, the news today. Let's just get to it. Oklahoma football.
There's three things. Go ahead.
Kendal Dolby back. We all knew that would happen. We're coming off injury. Everyone figured to be back. R. Mason Thomas. I mean, I have my own opinions on it, but still out there, hasn't officially announced either way. You could kind of guess either way if you want, but and then the last thing is Oklahoma loses a guy to West Virginia again, and I don't really know if that matters at all.
I'm going to talk about that a little bit, Jay.
Okay.
Johnson, you're right. 14 straight. The Thunder right now. We'll have a Thunder Live at 10:30 tonight. All you Thunder fans can hop on that. Sooner Freak. No good news. Kendal Dolby coming back is good news, and R. Mason Thomas is going to be back. To me, that's a cryptic tweet that left a lot to be talked about. Marvin Jones Jr., it sounds like, is visiting Texas, hasn't made a decision. I think the plan was that he was going to visit Texas, so we'll see. Are the wheels falling off? If you're talking about Lily and Michael, yeah, I listened to Unofficial 40 today, and look, Stevenson and Rosenberg, all those guys and Castiglione are working together. I mean, Lily has been here since April.
Now, not very long.
He got a better job where he went, and it sounds like they're wanting to bring guys in who are really solely majored in that area and have a lot of prowess and background in that. That's not a horrible thing. So, hey, Sooner Freak 29, to say there is no good news, I believe you're wrong on that, but that's you can have your opinion. Dave McCook, thanks for the super. You're great every night in here. We appreciate it.
What was the good news? Dolby?
I think Dolby returning and his tweet is good news. And I think R. Mason Thomas returning would be good if he's returning.
Here's the thing.
I don't know if he is or not, Jay.
Hey, here's the thing on R. Mason Thomas. And this just perspective as I sit here and look at Twitter all day. I would guess he's not going pro with all the joking around going on.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. I agree.
A lot of joking around from players too.
He got a lot of Sooner fans have watched Grease today because they want to know what he meant by it. They're trying to figure it out.
They already know what he meant, Jeremy. They are inside the four walls. They know what he meant.
Sooner fans.
Oh, I thought you said Sooner players. I was like,
no.
KB Longhorn says Texas wants Adam as a rotational player. Let's see if he goes for that. That'll be interesting. I did find
that's because they're loaded at edge, Jay.
Hey, I did say it interesting though. I find it interesting that he visited Oklahoma and then he went to visit Texas. Usually when a guy visits and doesn't commit, don't you think the chances go down quite a bit?
I agree, unless that was his plan all along to take all the visits.
And maybe so. Maybe so.
He could play right now at OU, even with R. Mason Thomas coming back. Hey, R. Mason Thomas did post the Grease Sooner-thron, #Grease, and that can mean a plethora of things. It can mean that he's about to get paid here. There's a slang meaning of that. It can mean, hey, you're the one that I want, as Hunter was. I mean, there's so many things you could look into.
What was the title of Grease 2?
I don't remember, Jay.
I think it was Back to School. I may be wrong. Somebody drop it, Grease 2. I thought the title was something.
Maybe.
school. Maybe somebody can look that up for me. I thought it was something with school.
Chances OU B-ball men beat Bama tomorrow, I'm going to go with about 35-40%. I think they got to beat A&M at home, turn it around and beat them. It's Grease 2, Jay. That's it.
Back to school.
Electric Boogaloo.
What about Electric Boogaloo? I mean, the title of Back to School. The title of Grease 2 is Back to School.
Mark's correct in the fact that today is one day closer to softball season, but the difference is the basketball team is undefeated right now. And in the past, you really didn't watch basketball after February.
Well, maybe I'm wrong on this. I've never seen Grease 2. I stopped after Grease 1. I just thought there was something with school on there. I know Back to School is Rodney Dangerfield. Maybe I'm thinking of a wrong movie, guys. Sorry.
Lori's asking everyone why it's hard to hit the like. I don't hit the like. I'm just sitting here.
You can hit dislike too. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I think the Dolby stuff's interesting because I'm glad he's coming back. I didn't expect him to go NFL, but I wonder how he comes back after that injury. That's what you got to wait and see. He sounds like a fighter and like he works hard. There's no doubt he's going to push to get back. I just wonder how he's going to be. We are live.
Okie guy, we are live. We are live. Hey, and I agree with Monty here. I called you guys immediately, and I know there was kind of mixed feelings on it. I'm like, who does this even matter? They're going to bring someone probably with more experience.
Do you want to know the truth of the matter?
What?
I had to take a double take and remind myself who Chuck Lilly was.
He hadn't been there very long, Jay. He was in charge of player evaluation, stuff in the NIL.
Portal?
Yes.
Portal evaluation?
Yes. Hey, what are some other names with defensive line? I know you got the Trey Williams guy from Clemson, and maybe Hunter can drop it in. This guy from Memphis, was it Whitlow? He's an edge.
Yeah.
You have the Michigan D lineman, Waffle, that's going to be taking a visit, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't know. Michael's saying Alonzo Dotson.
Yeah, there it is, Greg God Waffle. I like him. I like Waffle. I like pancakes better than waffle, so I'd rather get an O-lineman.
Wait, good. You like pancakes better than waffles?
I was using it as an O-line reference, Jason.
Drop a poll, Hunter. Waffles are way better. Simon Close.
Oh, I'm a pancake guy, and I like him on the O-line. So.
But waffles, you can do so much more with waffles.
Hey, this would be funny. Hunter, tomorrow night, let's get an alternate background for Kennesaw State if we get one more out of the portal.
Oh, that would be funny, actually.
Yeah, Jason, you're right. Waffle's younger brother, I think it's Dylan, maybe. I may be wrong. I think it's Dylan Waffle. 100 top 150 D end edge guy.
Oh, Alonzo Dotson for GM. Is that like something they're talking about? I mean, because I haven't heard anything. So
hey, we do have a big tight end. His name's Devon Mitchell. Hopefully they use him. Greg God, I got a confession to make. I was 44 years old when I first tried chocolate chip pancakes. My wife made them. I was like, "What is this? They're unbelievable." And by the way,
wait. Do you ever make waffles at home? Do you have a waffle maker?
Yeah, we have a mini waffle maker.
Okay, wait. Waffles with whipped cream and strawberries? You can't beat.
Never had that. Hey, Denny's Grand Slam, Jay. Remember going to Denny's on vacations, man? The best.
Yeah, I just think waffles are better, man. You can do a lot more with them. And they're crispier. They hold up to the syrup. They hold up to it. Pancakes, you might as well be eating mush, man.
Okay, Jay. Waffle House. First time I ate at Waffle House was 3 years ago.
Bad take there, Jackson. French toast, awful.
Disagree.
Awful.
Hey, what else tonight, guys?
Well,
percentage chance R. Mason's coming back. I'm saying 95.
I think the stuff today, it looks like he is. I don't know, though. I'm not. Yeah. By the way, Bishop's dropping the truth here. Neighborhood Jam is so good.
Hunter did say his draft grade went up quite a bit.
I know, but Jern, I'm pretty sure he'll get paid pretty good.
Oh, absolutely.
At Oklahoma.
Absolutely, Jay. Let's just, Johnson says 100%. I say 95 just because you never know. But hey, look at the defense next year, though. If you do get him back, if you're able to get Daniels and Jones or one or the other, to me, the biggest question mark is depth at linebacker is your biggest issue. And
O-line, who's going to play?
I'm talking about on defense.
Okay.
Depth at linebacker and the back end, maybe. Who you're going to play on the guy next to RSJ.
On defensive back, yeah. Well, I think more defensive back is what I'm looking at. Aaron's asking about the tight ends. Hey, so you got Helms that had nobody, and I like him. I do think there's a possibility they're going to, if they're still going after a tight end, it tells me they're probably going to lose another one. There's no reason to be going after a tight end right now, unless you think you're losing one. So what do you think? People mentioned it the other day. Somebody's mentioning it tonight. Ivan Carry-On moving to tight end.
If he can get to 240.
I would like him out there, Jeremy. I would.
But here's the deal, Jay. Well, I mean, for that matter, what's Canick's weight right now?
Jeremy,
he's a guy that can block.
The Canick experience. Okay. Hey, Ray Smith, thanks for joining. Says either way, he get in the money bag. He is.
Hey,
he's getting paid.
I actually agree with Chester here that I would rather leave Carry-On at receiver, and I'll tell you why. Blocking's not going to be his strength. These other guys are going to block better than Carry-On at the line of scrimmage. And with the receiver depth, they got 4 guys out of the portal. Josiah Martin, Countess Lewis, Javion Gibson, Giovanni Gibson, and Satania. You add those 4 with Jaden Gibson and Deion Burks. That's a pretty good 6 with Jacob Jordan being the number 7 or fitting in there some. And Carry-On. That's 8 solid receivers that you can move in.
Did you count Kearney?
I didn't count Kearney.
Wagons?
I didn't count. I'm not ever counting Reagans. I will never count Reagans.
I think Kearney can do some things.
I think Kearney can.
You got Elijah Thomas? Did you count Elijah Thomas?
No, I haven't counted him yet.
They have a lot of receivers. I think that's the point, but who's going to step up? I saw a comment in there I have to mention. Billy Gales, if you've ever been to Branson, Billy Gales, the pancakes are literally the size of like casserole. I mean, they're massive, dude. It's a good place.
And great God, I agree with this. Helms is a better pass catcher, but look, maybe they brought other guys in that haven't caught many balls for specifically blocking.
Hey, I hope. I think when Levy came in, if you remember when Levy came in from the Lincoln Riley offense, after Lincoln left, Levy came in, they put a big-time focus on tight ends blocking. Braden Willis, if you remember that, they wanted them to be physical blockers. I hate to say it, I kind of miss the finesse tight ends that they had. When you go back, and I wouldn't call Mark Andrews a finesse, but he lined out wide a lot. He was not always on the line of scrimmage. I loved the way Lincoln Riley used him and lining him up as a receiver. And he blocked, but he wasn't just going to be a guy just mauling people. He was a pass-catching tight end. I hope they use tight ends more of that role than blocking.
Well, I'm going to tell you why I think this. I'm not just going to say it and say that's what I believe, and there's no reason. To me, Ben Arbuckle knows what scheme he wants to run, knows when he's going to use double tight end sets, knows when he might use an H-back, knows when he might go 3 tight end or split the tight end out. Let's be honest. They had no idea what guys they might need. He's trying to fill up his tool bag.
Fill up his tool bag, but they got a lot of guys at tight end. And
Jay, some of those guys might play very sparingly. Double tight end, triple tight end, set at the goal line. That may be the only time they play.
Blake says, very glad Dolby's back. Good player and seems like a really good guy. He does. And, hey, technically, Hunter, doesn't he have 2 more years if you think about the JUCO ruling? I think. I may be wrong, but
Okie Long Guy, OU definitely needs to win tomorrow. It'd be massive. The A&M game, you turn around and play that, I think, Monday night. Is it Monday or Tuesday? You got to win that one for sure. That's a must.
Hey, Mr. B, I'm not sure on this. They got to be able to block, yes.
I want a playmaker.
Depending on what you're using them for, if you, like Hunter said with Mark Andrews, you line him up as a one-on-one guy and can beat his man. I think you got to be able to block. I mean, look at Texas tight end Helms. He blocks good, but he also lines up sometimes out wider and gets one-on-one matchups, and he's hard to beat. So you got to have both. That's fair.
Yeah.
You got to have both, Mr. B.
Lori's solely responsible for the likes. I mean, she kills it trying to get us likes in the algorithm. Appreciate you so much, Lori. Mitchell has to play.
But wait. Before you start talking about Mitchell, because it's literally every freaking night that you get on there, you talk about it. And I get it. I'm ready to see him too, Jaron. I think it's pretty clear why he didn't play last year.
Oh, it's very clear, Jay. It was his own.
I think it sounded like it was on him.
Oh, so 100%, Jason.
Before we say playing, he needs to be ready to play. He needs to get himself ready off the field, whatever it takes, whatever he's not doing that he said he wasn't doing last year. It needs to be better off season, fall, winter work. All of it needs to be a lot better because I think his talent's out of the roof, man. His talent's unbelievable.
Hey, I've eaten at Waffle House one time. 3 years ago, our Bible study went to a Waffle House on a Tuesday night. You know, Tuesday night I go to Bible study. The waitress's name was Pippi. It was my first experience at a Waffle House, and I agree with Coconut Greg. Let's have that swagger because they had swagger there at the Waffle House.
Here's the problem, though, and that's a great comment by Greg, but I've never in my life been to Waffle House. I've only been to Awful House because the W is always not lit up. Every Waffle House I go to, the W is not lit up. They're missing a light, and it's all every time. Fix your light. If you want to be Waffle House, light everything up. It's always.
Hey, if I'm Waffle from Michigan, I'm calling a local Waffle House and getting a little NIL package.
If you're who? Oh, Waffle, yeah. Hey, I'm surprised you can't really go with pancake, like for offensive linemen, you can't go with pancakes from Waffles. So you got to get a pancake house to get you NIL for linemen.
Hey, and Clyde, that is the question. I think, look, Taylor could be massive tomorrow rebounding because Godwin, to me, this is a game he doesn't play well in.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they do that. And I was just getting ready to ask this, Blake. If I'm 2 or 3 a.m. and I'm still up, I'm choosing IHOP over Waffle House.
You remember Village Inn?
I have a Village Inn here. Hey,
oh, you have one, huh?
Village Inn pies can't be beat.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm serious. They sell pies.
You guys remember Shoney's? Shoney's.
I don't have Shoney's. That's the only reason I go to Village Inn is to get their pies. Their pies are unbelievable.
Johnson asked about Gentry earlier. Daniel's talking about him now. Look, here's the deal. Johnson said, is he going to be able to stay healthy? And that's obviously the big question. Gentry must get that shoulder right. I think he's going to be big time. And here's the deal, Daniel. It's that it seems to be constant. Now, I will say this. They, at a point this year, just basically shut him down, Jay. It got to the point I think he probably maybe could have went some, and they just said, let's just get it right. Maybe that's what they're doing because he has proven he's really, really good when he can stay in there.
That's right. You're right. I'm seeing some of these comments are cracking me up, but he won't get it right with Schmitty and company.
Again, it was an anomaly.
Gentry Williams, when he plays, has been the best cornerback for Oklahoma. When he plays, I mean, you can't argue when he's in there. He's done really good. It's just you gotta play. Your best abilities, your availability, as BV always says, got to be available. Row the boat, coach. I love how everybody says row the boat, coach, and they won't say his name because that's all he talks about is row the boat. PJ Fleck.
Jay, I'm surprised PJ Fleck didn't go get a bigger job. You know where he needs to go? PJ Fleck? PJ Fleck should go in the Big 12 and coach because he's got a way better chance at winning that than Big 10.
What? Yeah, that's fair.
When I go to Cracker Barrel, it's at dinner and I get breakfast. Mama's pancake breakfast or Uncle Herschel's.
Brenner. You get Brenner, huh? Major's new to neighborhood jam's hard to beat. I would agree with that.
Hey, we're 20 minutes in. Hunter, drop the link right now. Let's get after it. Let's not wait any longer. Tyler says Branch Brothers expected to visit Texas. I know they're visiting Oregon. They're visiting several places.
I think it's pretty clear what's going on there. Is now they visited quite a bit. I think they're looking for the best package deal for the. Here's where I think, I've been on here and I said, why does OU not go after him? I've said that so many times, right? I think probably the issue you have is his brother's a safety and his brother wants to play. I don't think his brother would play at Oklahoma.
I want to know. I think he should go to Tennessee. That they could really use him.
Well, he visited Tennessee, so.
Oh, has he visited there?
I thought he already visited Tennessee. I may be wrong on that. I would love Branch, and
I will say this on the portal stuff, Jay. Gone to me are the days where a guy takes one visit, and he commits, because they're really searching. Unless you're a guy that knows you're not going to get offered more somewhere, they're going to take all their visits.
Hey, I was talking to a guy from Arkansas about Satania. And he's not the only one I've heard say this, and I think it's just absolutely crazy take. We were talking about Satania and Branch, and he said Satania's good, if not better than Branch, which, come on. That's the people. I think a lot of people say that now that OU has him. But, guys, different league, way different league. Branch is ridiculous. I'm not saying Satania doesn't have good qualities, but Branch is an unbelievable talent.
And I hope Elijah Thomas gets every chance to play early. Hey, Platoon 20, we know Platoon 20 has talked medical stuff before. Appreciate the insight. He's saying reports are that Gentry had not just labrum repair, but had Bankart repair too. I would guess only about, and if that's true, I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound like it's great.
Hey, real quick, Jimmy, I watched him quite a bit this year. Satania's good, but I think Branch is on a little bit different level. Okay, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, isn't the collective over 20 million, Jay?
The revenue sharing?
Oh, that's revenue sharing.
Are you talking about the revenue sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it. Well, no, they're saying collective. Hey, does OU? I'm going to say it's a 50-50 chance right now. Marvin Jones Jr.
I'm going no.
Yeah, I'm saying 50-50. I don't feel great about it. I don't feel.
I always hate it
when
when guys visit and leave. I just think chances dwindle. Wonder how much Nebraska paid Williams. Hey, Nebraska's starting to. They're paying pretty good in the NIL world. Looks like it. Yeah, he's unbelievable. Every time he catches the ball, Aaron, he could go to the house. He could house call it every time. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of a wide receiver like Reggie Bush. If you remember back in the day, Reggie Bush, and then I'm going to drop trivia right now. Okay.
Drop it now, Jay.
I'm going right now because this just came. This kind of goes with it. So before I do, FanStop, check it out. www.thefanstop.com. Use code SURGE, 10% off your first 3 months. Great officially licensed merchandise. Jeremy with the hoodies on yesterday. They're unbelievable. So check them out. And here we go for trivia. Do you know today's the 21-year anniversary of Adrian Peterson committing to Oklahoma? 21 years ago, Adrian Peterson committed to Oklahoma. Well, the very first year he was there, a freshman, he gets runner-up in the Heisman. Matt Leitner wins the Heisman. Reggie Bush was right behind Adrian Peterson. My question is this. There was a quarterback that didn't make it to New York but finished top 10 in the Heisman. It's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Wait, didn't make it to New York but finished top 10 in the Heisman?
Yes. In the Heisman votings, top 10.
Did not make it to New York.
No, because they only take 4. Yeah, they only take 4.
And made it in the NFL Hall of Fame. No,
will be a first-time ballot Hall of Famer.
Josh Allen, probably.
Josh Allen, 21 years ago, Jerm? Wow, what are you smoking?
Sorry.
Jeez.
Well, it's not Matt Stafford either.
Nope, it's not Matt Stafford. And it's not.
Hey, and while we're looking for the answer, Hunter, you can laugh all you want. I didn't hear him say 21 years ago, bud. And Hunter, you said the kick is no good. I think the rule states it's good. If the kicking team does not retouch the ball.
Was Josh in grade school or was he even born yet, David? Jeez,
I didn't hear you say 21
You didn't hear me?
years.
There it is right there. Aaron Rodgers finished ninth in the
Jay.
Good job.
I believe the kick should have been good.
What are you talking about? What kick?
Okay, KB says once it hits
Wait, what are we talking about? Hey,
The
Zion,
Arizona State kick that got blocked by Texas, it hit the ground and bounced into the upright. And I thought I read a rule where that actually is good.
It hit the ground. It's not good.
Someone posted.
Oh my gosh.
What was the rule that was posted?
What are we doing? Is this like first grade football? Dead ball, man. It hits the ground.
Hunter, I want you to look it up, the rule right now, though. Look it up. I want you to post the actual rule in here. We got Okie Lawn Guy. Yes, we're live. What's up?
Oh, that was going to be my question. I didn't know if you guys were going to see my question, but I was going to ask if the kicker kicks the ball, it's tipped by the defensive line, but it still goes far enough where it bounces off the ground and over the uprights. Is it good or no good?
According to a rule I read, if it was correct, it should have been good.
I don't care what the rule is. That cannot be good.
That's what the rule states, Jay. That's why it's not going to change anything, but that legally, according to the rule, I think was good.
What's the rule? And can you run a kickback if it bounces?
A block kick?
I thought there was one touching, and I'm just saying if the ball hits the ground.
You guys that say the ball's dead, then how come you can return a block kick?
You can't.
The ball's not dead.
You can't bounce it over.
It was blocked, Hunter. It was blocked.
It was blocked.
That's why I'm saying it should have been good, but it doesn't matter. But it is correct. Hunter was not right on that. Saying it's dead. It's only dead if it's not blocked. I agree with that, but it was blocked. Someone post the rule in here.
Hey, Okie.
Hey, did you guys also see that the ball was moving when that Texas guy caught the ball?
Yeah, but here's the deal: the ball can move.
I didn't see it.
No, the ball can move.
I don't know.
Yeah, hey, Okie Lawn Guy, the ball can move as long as you have control.
Who you got next week? Texas or Ohio State, Okie?
Oh golly, Ohio State, because I don't know, lesser of two evils, I guess. Ryan Day over Sark. I don't know, but I guess if I have to, I don't know. I guess pull for the guy who used to play at Kansas State. How do you think about that? Think about this, guys. Will Howard was once a backup at Kansas State and was like laughed at and just kind of thought of like, who is this guy and why is he playing quarterback? And now he's about to play in a national championship, or has a chance to at least.
Yeah, and you know what I think this is proving, and I think you're going to see more and more of it, is look at the teams left in college football. There's 4 teams left. None of them have a quarterback that started at their school. So you can recruit high school studs all you want, but all these guys have transfer quarterbacks. I think you're going to see more teams go after transfer quarterbacks. That's what I think.
They already are.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
I appreciate the call being the first of the night.
Actually, I had one more thing. To mention to you. So today, I was listening to KREF, and the Boz was on there, and he was talking about that guys need to be more loyal to the university instead of like just jumping across the lily pads from team to team to team. Well, I say my kind of pushback on that was not necessarily pushback. I agree with him. I think that's the truth. I think that they need to be committed and loyal to the university and commit to 4 years. But my thing is, I think commitment. How do I put it? Staying at one school for 4 years, that requires commitment. And I think in today's landscape, I think these kids have too many people in their ears trying to chase the money. And that's what he was saying. He was saying, be loyal, stick out the process of things instead of like chasing money. And my thing was that in this new era is that kids have too many voices in their ears who are money hungry and saying, no, you need to chase the money instead of being loyal, because staying at one university, that requires commitment, and not being loyal, that doesn't require any commitment. And I think that's just the exhaust kind of your thoughts on it.
Hey, here's the deal. Let me say something. Here's the deal. I love Brian Bosworth, and all these guys that used to play and say that it's
different.
They didn't play when there was money being thrown around like there is.
Well, there was. It was under the table, and it wasn't as much as.
I understand what he's saying. I would love it if guys would be loyal for 4 years. I just don't think they're until you get contracts saying you have to stay, which will probably never happen. It's not going to happen. I don't think.
Commitment's out the window these days. Hey, Okie Lawn guy, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call. Hey,
have a good night, Okie Lawn.
I'm waiting for the rule to be dropped in here. Hunter hasn't dropped the rule, but Daniel, yes, drop kicks are legal. They're rarely used. There's also that weird rule.
Didn't the Chargers just do one in the NFL?
Yeah, because they fair caught. What was that rule? It was a weird rule.
Hey, and by the way, Zayas.
Hunter, just drop the rule in here is what I'm asking, Hunter.
Zayas, I agree with you for the most part. I think it's also a personality thing. I think there's certain players that will be loyal. I mean, you go look at Danny Stutzman and Billy Bowman. They could have left. They didn't. Hey, there are players that are, but I think back then, if they had NIL, there would have been a lot of people doing the same thing.
Ray Smith dropped something in about NIL. People need to get out there and get some of these big time. Someone's got to get out there and start, doing a fundraising affair.
He was talking about for Riverwind Casino and all.
Yeah, I know. But hey, Hunter, I'm not talking about a drop kick. I already know drop kick is legal. I want to know.
Here we are. Read it up.
A field goal shall be scored if a scrimmage kick, which may be a drop kick or place kick, pass over the crossbar between the uprights before it touches the player or the kicking team or the ground. Now, Hunter, find another rule, because there is another one.
What do you mean there's another one?
I'm going to have to get off here and find it.
Got a couple callers on the line. Let's hit Greg first. What's up, Greg?
How y'all doing tonight?
Good, man. You?
Good.
Hey, I want to sidetrack us from football back to the breakfast food conversation we've been having here. I just want to give a shout out to the small town donut chain that just runs Oklahoma, especially the small towns. Daylight Donuts.
Daylight. We have one here.
When you see that sun and you see the rooster, you know you're home. And forget Krispy Kreme, all those fancy places. You just need a good Daylight Donuts and everything's good.
But Greg, they're different. Everyone's different.
Why are they all different?
Well, I mean, it's a chain, right? And they're all franchised out. And I guess every place has, the freedom to run it however they want. But they're all pretty good. I don't think I've ever been to a bad one.
Hey, that's good stuff. When you started talking about a small donut chain, I already knew it was going to be Daylight.
Yeah, and I got to give a special shout out to my local Daylights when I was a kid there in Hera, Oklahoma. They had pretty good biscuits and gravy. Not all of them have that, but yeah.
Hera, Oklahoma. I didn't know you were from Hera.
Yeah, I was a Hera Panther.
From Hera? What's Hera known for?
Isn't there something? You remember Brady Manick who played for the basketball team?
That's it. Hera.
Hunter has family from Hera, he says.
Oh, very cool. Maybe Hunter and I are related and we don't even know.
There you go, man.
Y'all have a good one. Thank you.
Hey, you too. Thanks. Hey, I wanted to get Jay real quick to it was Hook 'em Horn saying, "Oh, is this the way we're going to be?" Why? Because a guy picked Ohio State over Texas. Someone picked Ohio State over Texas, so all of a sudden everyone's bashing Texas.
I don't know what he's bashing. I picked Texas. What's he bashing?
You picked Texas, but who cares? Like, what is that Hook 'em Horn?
Hey, let's get up to Platone. What's up, Platone?
Guys, I thought about the whole, the different generation of players now. I heard Bosworth's comment, and he comes across as he's not that old, but he's kind of a old crusty guy by modern generations. It's just not that way anymore. And I hear what he's saying. I know it's frustrating when guys leave and go to their places, but you got to think about it from their perspective in the social media age. Imagine being loyal to a program, and every day you're seeing Twitter feeds. They see this hundreds of times a day sometimes about other players transferring. It's going to affect them, even if they don't really have any intentions of leaving. You see that over and over again, day after day after day in your feeds. And these guys are people that you played with in high school or friends or people who know other programs. It's awfully hard to say no to that, especially when you have other schools throwing money at you. I saw a link that said that when the transfer portal first came open, it was only a small percentage of players moving, like 1% to 2%. But this year it's like 5%. They're estimating it's going to be like close to 10% next year. It's escalating every single year. I mean, I thought something there were like 11% of college quarterbacks have now entered the portal at least one time, and that's just going to keep going up and up, and that's just the way it is. I mean, until they do some kind of collective bargaining or put some cap or something, it's just going to keep escalating. Until then, we just have to deal with that reality.
And Platone,
I agree.
And Platone, in the end, you can't really blame the players.
Right, exactly. I mean, I would do the same thing. I mean, yeah, obviously I would love to be in a position to play, football for OU. That's what I grew up with. But I can't sit here and say that if some other program, if I was some elite player and they're going to offer me millions of dollars, I mean, I'd take a look at it. As much as I love OU, I mean, I can't just be a hypocrite and say that, I wouldn't even consider it. I mean, I just feel like a lot of people don't understand the position that these guys are in. They're in a position to make big money, especially if they're elite players. And that's easy for us to say, they should just ignore it and just stay where they're at. But that's not, that's not fair to players to say that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Platone.
Thanks, Platone. And not just that, Jay, and Platone, not just that. They're at an age where they are way more influenced, easier influenced than they are as someone who is older. So, like, I can look at it and say, man, there should be commitment. 18 to 22-year-old kids.
Adults, but kids, yeah.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. The maturity, they're going to be more easily influenced. Hey, we got Sooner Thrawn with us right now. What's up?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How are y'all doing?
Good, you?
Did you see that it's kind of on the portal? And did you see the 5-star kid quarterback that's like 15 from Oregon that's already in the portal? He's not played one snap even in spring, and he's already in the portal.
That tells me somebody's offering him more money. That's why he's
exactly.
Well, or he's hoping that Phil Knight will, match it. Well, I mean, but see, Underwood raised the bar.
He did.
Because Underwood got 10. Well, that guy, I'm almost as good as him. I'm worth 8. Them doing that is like, just like it's the NFL made Dak Prescott the most expensive quarterback because it's the
and he's not worth it.
And he's not even close to being a top. He's barely a top 10, but Underwood. Hey, but I hope Underwood's the quarterback next year and Venables beats his ass because we will.
I'm with you. I
hope Underwood, a true freshman, is going to play that as well. Yeah. Thanks for the call, Sooner Thrawn. Hey, the guy's name, I can't pronounce his name. It's like a TJ and a real hard name to pronounce. But hey, it's comparable to this, Jay.
Yeah.
It's comparable to someone selling a house in your neighborhood for triple what it's worth and your house just going up. That's what's happening.
Hey, Platone was talking about the players and stuff, and he was right on. And here's the thing, Germ, the days, I'm trying to figure out how to word this right. Okay, you grew up NFL fan of who? Dallas
Cowboys.
Now, when you go to the NFL, you're not going to play for Dallas unless they draft you, right?
Correct.
So college football has become pro. It's not about who you like anymore. It's about who's going to pay me more money. And you might love OU, but you know what? If somebody else is going to pay you $500,000 more and you're 19 years old and you can get $500,000 in 1 year, it's hard to just say, man, I just really love Oklahoma, though. There are guys that do that. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's a different, and nobody can say how they would react to that until they're in that situation. I mean, I can say it all I want right now, but until you get in the situation, you get money thrown at you, you can't answer that. I mean, how you would react.
Yeah, and hey, Zayas said some interesting Arizona State players in the portal. Hunter, can you? I haven't seen a huge number of them, but listen, people are going to watch that game and say, absolutely, we'll go pay you guys. But if I'm them, they have a great shot at being in the playoff again. Stay where you're at. I mean, you're going to be in the playoff on national television again, probably.
Who are you talking about?
Arizona State. Yeah,
I mean, I do think he's building something where they can be Big 12 contenders every year. I do. I think he's going to get talent in there. I think the portal helps you in the big. I mean, you can get players out of the portal, and look at Scadaboo. You talk about evaluating a guy good who's from a smaller school, Sacramento State, and look at him.
And Greg God is getting it back. And hey, I do think Arizona State's here to say.
You said Greg God's getting it back? You said Greg God's getting it back.
No, I said Greg God. You're right. Nate Roberts getting it back.
Oh, I thought you said Greg God. Where's Greg God going?
No, Greg God's not getting it back that I know of. I don't know. Jay, I agree with this. Depending on where you come from and what you're looking for. I mean, my youngest son, hey, give me my money. Hey, guess what? If I give my youngest son $1 bill, yay, daddy. If I give a dollar bill to my 15-year-old, there better be more with it, he'll say. And that's kind of where we're at. Someone from a small school, hey, give me my money. I just want to be at the University of... You know what works at some of those schools? We are OU. We are OU. We are. Those guys will be like, okay. But that doesn't work with most people anymore.
Hey, and that brings up something else I want to get to. Don't let me forget it. But Clyde says, he's talking about development. And I agree with this a little bit. If you do jump around certain position, I'm not going to say every position group. I don't think it matters with every position group. But I do think specifically O-line, I think you lose some development if you jump around. Wide receiver, I think you can jump around every year. O-line's a little different to me. The other thing I was going to say is, golly, what were you just talking about? I had something.
Give me my money. Small school guys accepting maybe a little less.
Okay. What I was going to say is this: the old adage that used to be talked about with recruiting was what? Give me something that people would look for in schools. What was one thing?
When?
It used to be like this program has good what? Facilities.
Remember that? Facilities. It was academics. It was a lot. Yeah.
Well, that you don't hear that anymore.
No.
I mean, they all have pretty good facilities. But what I'm saying is like NIL's topping most things.
Hey, and Michael, you're right. Texas's best receiver is Golden from Houston.
Good one to force. That's pretty funny, but
he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable, man. MPM, Mikael Patterson McDonald in the portal. I think probably saw the writing on the wall, Jay, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, do you think he's going to leave, or you think he just don't have a scholarship?
Greg God said he thinks he's turning to be a
that's what
PWO, is what Greg God says. And, okay, I'd be fine with that. I mean, hey, Hook 'em Horn, thanks for the super. Appreciate you being on here. Good luck to the Longhorns on Friday night, Thursday and Friday night games. We talked about it in the Discord a little.
Yeah, we did. And I don't like it, but there's no other option. You can't play it against the NFL on Saturday. And you can't do Sunday NFL. It's got to be Thursday or Friday. So I don't like it, but it's what you have to do. So I never liked the national championship on Monday night. So
no, I don't either, because I always had a basketball game to go to.
There's often a pipeline between two particular schools. When I was in college, my school had a pipeline with community college. Yeah, I agree. But I just think the Kennesaw State thing just kind of
you don't really want it to be, but hey,
now, I will say this: if you're getting specialty players like punters,
it doesn't matter. Yeah, special teams players, and one of them's going to be a backup specialist. Like, okay.
Hey, great comment from Chuck. Chuck, hope you're doing well tonight. I like this comment. I think you're probably right for the most part. Now, I will say this: you will have the schools from like Big 12, some of these, the group of five that won't be paying as much as other schools. But in the majority of the teams that pay the most, I think will be the majority of the teams in the playoff. I agree with that.
Ray says if you get a good quarterback every year, that stabilizes a program. So coaching is, I mean, the quarterback, we've seen time and time again, good, outstanding quarterback play is kind of the secret ingredient. It's the in and out sauce, if you will. It's the cane sauce, if you will. We'd go on and on. Lloyd's got us on a timer right now.
Timer. Hey, let's just smash it, and then we don't have to worry about it. Just smash it right now. Smash it.
Yeah, smash the like, man. Hey, this was brilliant. It was legal, although Kirby Smart said he was told that was not allowed. A little discrepancy in the rules. Chuck says, did you see where they said none of the teams that won championships are still in it? And none of the teams that got to – yeah, that's right.
They got to fix the buy things. You're better off having a home game than you are getting a bye, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a long break. It's a long break. And it's not like, here's the thing. It's different if you were off for like 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks and the other team was, but the other team just played a week ago. And you've been sitting over here. You know what I mean?
Hey,
how about that? How about that Georgia player? How about the Georgia player?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah. Parker, think about this. Four teams left. Will Howard, Quinn Ewers, Drew Aller, and Riley Leonard. You know what all 4 of those guys have in common?
Transfer quarterbacks.
Not just that. About 20 years of experience in college. They're all veterans.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
They're all veterans.
But you know what else you can say?
Not one of those guys is going to blow you away with all their talent. They're great managers of the game. They're playing at a high level, and they're veterans.
And I'm going to give it to Dalpos, who's on here all the time. And Dalpos said it before the year, and he always says it when we were talking about elite defense or elite offense. All 4 of these teams are what? They're balanced. None of them are just like, I'm going to just score 60 points, 50 points. They're really good on defense. They're really good on offense. That's what it takes to win. You have to be good at both sides of the ball. They are. All the teams that are left are good in all of it. Now, the most explosive offense, Ohio State. The best defense, in my opinion, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Hey.
I'm still sticking. Notre Dame, Texas championship game.
Coop. Yeah, the other one's the Orange Bowl, and it's interesting because it's going to be snowing maybe in Texas, or at least really cold, but it doesn't matter because it's in Jerry's world. So they're in a dome. Orange Bowl should be in a dome. Like at this point, I don't think weather should play a factor.
I agree. When you get to this point, you got to have it. You got to have it on in a like Arizona's perfect. I think Arizona's a perfect place to have it. Rose Bowl's a great
South
place
Florida gets rain.
Orange Bowl. I like the Orange Bowl though.
I think it's on a grass field.
Who do you think the quarterback is in 2026?
Michael Hawkins. I think Mateer will go pro.
I think Mateer has a really good year. He goes pro. And Greg God, there's a lot of people that agree with you on that. So I mean, that's
the best scenario is OU just kills it on offense. Mateer has an unbelievable year, and then he goes a pro because they played so well on offense. Steve Rolo got his fan stop hoodie today. It's amazing. Yeah, sign up for the monthly plan. They have 2 options, Jay. They have the T-shirt option, or they have an option of the shirt of the month where, like 8 months you get a T-shirt, but 3 months you'll get a long sleeve shirt or hoodie. So or vice versa, kind of that. Yeah. Go to their website, thefanstop.com.
That's right. And Bishop wants Mateer for 2 years. I was wanting to get to this because I do. Here's what I'll say, Chuck. Right now, I have Notre Dame 1, Texas 2 as far as defensively. That's why I'm picking those 2 in the championship game. I know Ohio State's been on a tear, but I also know the last time they played a really good defense, Michigan kind of stalled them. So I'm banking that on this week. I think Texas slows them down. I think Texas wins, and then you get the top 2 defenses in the championship game.
Greg God said hard to predict. Yeah, it's very hard to predict. It's hard to predict anything at OU. Deion Warwick would be impossible. Hey, Rose Bowl. I agree, Ray. My son the other day said, "Man, Dad, Rose Bowl. Every national championship should be at the Rose Bowl at 4:00." I would agree. 4:00 on a Saturday is when the Rose Bowl is when the national title.
I agree with that.
Better than a 7:00 kick. 4:00 on a Saturday, the Natty every year at Pasadena.
And Hunter, I see what you're saying. I know OSU and Penn State and Texas are all right there. And you can't argue with any of the defense. That's why I said earlier, they both have really good offenses and really good defenses. I like Texas's defense. I think they can slow down Ohio State. But I may be I said this last night. I may be totally wrong. Okay. Now I agree with this by the force. The last 2, not this game versus Texas. I think the last 2 weeks he's been good. Chip Kelly's been really good.
And I'm going to say
I don't think it's going to happen against Texas, though.
I'm not sold on Texas as DC and their defensive schemes. I'll tell you who I am sold on. Is it Golden, Al Golden? He's unbelievable at Notre Dame.
He's been really good, man. He's been good. They got a good staff. I mean, everybody in here's got a good staff. That's the thing.
It is gorgeous.
Here we are. We talk about OU all the time. What does OU have to do to get better? Because right now, I'm not talking about OU in the playoff. I can't do it right now. Okay. I know last year we were, and a lot of people in here were picking OU to the playoff, including me. I'm not doing it this year. I need to see improvement. Okay. The thing is, it's proven. Just go look at it. The 4 teams left are the most balanced teams and have the best coaching staffs. People that say coaching doesn't matter, coaching matters. Players matter. You got to have good talent and you got to have good coaches. Where does OU lack right now? Do they lack in talent? Do they lack in coaching? Do they lack in both? What do you think? I mean,
both. Talent on the field.
Compared to those 4 teams left, where are they lacking?
And I would say, and Jay, I would say on the talent part, it's in key spots. I'm not going to say OU's not talented because they got a lot of talent in a lot of places, but in a lot of the key spots, they don't have some of that key talent.
Yeah, you do. You have to have it all. I mean, it's proven that over the years lately that you do. Yeah, set the trail, obviously. Now, that could be an issue. We'll see. I think I don't know. I think
because Texas's O-line is a little bit hurt right now, Jay.
A little bit banged up. That running back for Texas had a good year. They had so many injuries at the beginning of the year.
Both of them had a good year.
Yeah, but I think they've kind of, you talk about depth at a position. They had to go pretty deep because they had injuries.
I'm curious if Isaiah Bond can make a performance and actually do something in this game.
Hey, what do you think? I think a lot of people would agree with you there, Chuck. Hey, Rott says Kirby's Dabo 2.0. Would you agree with that?
No,
I disagree. He's not there yet.
Kirby is not even close to Dabo.
He's not there yet.
Kirby will speak his mind, and Kirby's more of a look. I think Kirby and Dabo are kind of complete opposites, honestly.
Yeah, they're not the same. It would take Kirby about 6 more years of not winning a championship to fall into the Dabo stuff, and I think they're going to win another championship in the next 6 years. So.
Texas' fate is tied to yours. I agree. How yours goes will be how they go. And I'm going to say this right now. I think they know this too. I think Archie Manning's playing in the semi game.
Oh my gosh!
Listen, I think they're gonna run him. They're gonna do some QB packages for him. Book it right now. What is today? January 3rd. Archie Manning will play in at least 3 to 4 plays.
Okay, 3 to 4 plays, or they're going to play him. Which one is it?
I'm saying 3 to 4 plays.
No, if you want to think of a couple plays, okay.
They're going to use
you acted like he was going to play quite a bit on that.
I never said quite a bit. He didn't play any last week, Jay. I will say this, Jackson, you can't guarantee Arch is better right now. Now, I think he is, but you can't guarantee it.
Yeah, you did act like it. Skylar's asking, do you guys think one of the fresh wide receivers? I think out of the 2, I think it would be Elijah Thomas if he were to break through. But we'll see.
So when you're talking about Kendal Daniels, OU was really high on him the first time. I thought he was going to be a Sooner. He's from Beggs, Oklahoma. Does everyone forget? I'm pretty sure, maybe Hunter can do research. I'm pretty sure Kendal Daniels was the number 1 player out of the state.
He's a good player, John.
No, I think he was the top player in the whole state, Jay, that year.
Okay, but he's a really good player. Jeremy is, hey, Chuck, I go to bed every night, and that goes through my head. Jerem's probably right.
Oh, wow, I'm living in your head, man. I'm sorry.
I'm not living in my head. It's just what happens usually. So we get off this live. Tonight we'll be doing a Thunder Live here in a little bit. But then I go to lay down for bed, and all I hear is Germ's constant screaming. And it's just, it takes me a while to wind.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's all good. I lived with it for 27 years, Jerem. I'm used to it.
Yeah. Just don't be naive to it. Hey, number 1 player out of the state. If you can get him now after he's 3 or 4 years removed from that, I think this would be his last year. I think he's got
question.
Marvin Jones Jr. has 2 years. I think Kendal Daniels only has 1.
I got a scenario for you.
Bring it.
And let's talk about it in the chat, everybody. Kendal Dolby's coming back.
Correct.
Kendal Dolby's original position was defensive back.
Correct.
Could you play Daniels at Cheetah and because of the injury of Dolby not being as maybe physical, he can just be defensive back?
You could, Jay. And here's the deal. Even the O'Connor guy, coming from Washington State.
Yeah.
I'd be impressed with him as well. Great God, I see your comment there. But, Jay, here's the deal. Here's the one thing that you don't get with Dolby. Breakdowns and coverages. His mind.
He's a smart player.
Super smart.
Veteran.
Again, it's going to be better. Even what he lacks in a little bit of speed maybe or a little bit of size, he's giving you that in what he has mentally.
Percentage chance, I think it's pretty high right now, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm going 75% on Daniels, 50% on Marvin Jones Jr.
I think R. Mason's coming back, Bob. I do. Who's replacing Stutzman? Well, we all know who the guys are going to be. You know, how they do the rotation, I don't know. I mean, you're going to have Kip Lewis and Kobe McKenzie, I think, are going to be your starters.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would guess right now. And
you need more depth. You need more depth there. I would love to get Daniels and move Sammy over to linebacker for depth.
Hey, and let me get to this question from Sooner Freak 29. I'm still trying to figure out how you went from 10-2 to not be able to be a high school team. Well,
Bama, they did beat Bama.
I can tell you 3 reasons why that happened. 1, they hired Seth Luttrell. Bad move. Set him back. 2, they moved to the SEC and the schedule's brutal. 3, they had a ton of injuries. 4, they haven't had a lot of developing on certain players. So, I mean, you could probably keep going down the list. There's reasons why. They didn't just all of a sudden wake up and they're not a good team. I think it was to me though, the Seth Luttrell hires, gosh, that's like the number 1 in my opinion, man.
Hey, Akinkumi redshirted. So we'll see how he fits in the mix.
Hey, I'm glad he brought him up because that's a name that's not talked a lot about on the offensive line, but I think he definitely has a huge upside.
Yeah. I agree his upside. And I agree with Michael that I want Daniels more at the line of scrimmage, 6'5" frame, wingspan really big, knock down some passes. Selene, I want to end it with this because I told you we talked about it. We kind of briefly did, but let me end it with this and get your comment about what's going on in the GM side of things. A lot of people don't really know that because we're not privy to a lot of that information. It does sound like they're trying to build it more like a professional model, bring guys and the GM and the assistants in roles where they have experience in those kinds of things about player evaluation, about roster management, about NIL, and bringing more professionals, more with that experience. So we'll see. I think losing Chuck Lilly today isn't a huge loss because I think they're going to bring someone in with a lot more experience, my personal opinion.
Hey, I'll say this, though. The reason why people are even asking these questions is OU's been very vague about it.
Every school's vague about that part, Jay, in college. It's not talked about.
Why?
I don't know. It's not talked about.
Wouldn't that be something you want to talk about to everybody and be like, we got this thing together. We got it together. We're not just throwing darts at the wall. We got this figured out.
Not until you get it together. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're getting it together.
Sir, maybe you're waiting.
And they're going to present something to everyone. It is a new model with everyone. Hey, we're about done here because we got to go right over to our Thunder Sooner Surge right after this. If you watch the Thunder Knicks, great win for the Thunder. 14 straight wins. Big news today. Kendal Dolby's back. Chuck Lilly is out. R. Mason Thomas is, well, we don't know. But he's the one that we want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Honey, the one that we want. Hey, we'll end it with that. Thanks for being here. Hit the like before you leave. We will see you. Lori's upset. Hit the like before you leave.
Please.
Make Lori proud right now. Surgeaholics, hit the like before you leave. Make Lori proud. We'll see you tomorrow night, or we'll see you in 5 minutes.